What's going on, Fire Family? Mr. Meyer with the fire, here to take the collective vibration higher. And we have Venus in Capricorn for about a month. So I'm going to explain to you what we can expect, how Venus works, Capricorn, the mix of the two. I'll give you my do's and don'ts for this transit, and then I'm going to show you the chart and how you can see this going through the solar system. So without further ado, let me show you what's going on. Venus is the second planet. So, briefly, she is all about love and beauty and relationships, the ones we have to each other, but most importantly, the ones that we have to ourselves. And Capricorn is the 10th sign of the zodiac. It's the goat. This is an earth sign. It's very grounded, stable, pragmatic, ambitious, and serious. You put those things together, guys, you get real love. You get some serious love. You get locked in. You get focused on money and success and career and all that stuff. So, this is the chart that I'm filming from November 12th, but truly, Venus ingressed yesterday on 11/11, and Venus is going to be in Capricorn until December 8th. So, get excited, get familiar with this energy, and pay attention as this planet goes through your chart, because if you have placements in Capricorn, you're going to be the most affected by this. Also, Cancer, Libra, and Aries. I had to think about it. The cardinal signs or the earth signs like Taurus and Virgo as well. But everybody is going to have Venus and Capricorn transiting their natal chart. So it's worth getting to know it and seeing how this works for you, seeing if there's any, aspects or what house is Venus transiting in? Let me know in the comments below how this is affecting you personally. So, my five do's. Number one, do spend less than you make and organize your finances. Why is that important? Because if you spend more than you make, you don't have any more money to spend. It's very simple, very simple, very simple. Accounting 101. Organize your finances. What does that mean? Get very clear about what bills you have to pay. Write them all down. Okay. Do you have any debts? Do you have any loans that need to be paid off? Consolidate and organize your finances. When you understand your assets, your liabilities, your income and expense, and then work on increasing your income, buying assets, limiting liabilities, and lowering expenses, you generally put yourself on the road to prosperity. So there's your clarity. Number two, respect your own time. Time is your most valuable resource. So what are we doing with our time? I can't really tell you what to do because you have different goals, but my best advice is to make the most of that time. Number three, mind your own business. Okay. And that really is an extension of number two. Have your goals. It's your life. Treat it like the goat. You're climbing the top of your mountain. Quit worrying about what everybody else is doing. Focus on yourself. Number four, plan for the future. Think about the long-term plan and effects of your actions too. Does it support your longevity, your stability, your legacy? If not, you ain't got no time for it right now. Okay. And number five, know your boundaries within relationships. And it's worth, just like the finances, making a list, getting organized, and being super clear about your non-negotiables. Because if you don't know your non-negotiables, it's likely you let people violate you because you don't know where your boundaries are. Boundaries protect you and the other person. So get very clear about your standards and your non-negotiables. What are my non-negotiables? Write that on paper or put that in your notes, and then you'll just fill in the blanks. So here's my don'ts. Number one, do not do not crash out on social media. Okay. There's time for that later when Venus goes into Aquarius. This is the time to not take risks with your reputation. This is the time to move yourself forward and be beautiful in the eyes of the public. Okay. Number two, don't be lazy. That also means respect your time. Number three, don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to bet on yourself. Okay. There's a difference between playing life to win and playing life not to lose. Don't play knife. Play life to win. All right. And bet on yourself. If you're going to bet on anybody, why not you? Number four, don't chase love. Attract love into your life. Don't be worried about what everybody else is doing. All right. And don't feel like you need a relationship in order to be successful. 100%. It's also worth saying that with this one, work-life balance is a super important thing to consider. So you may not want to be too wrapped up in your work to the point that all your personal relationships suffer. What are your priorities? If you have expectations of people, you generally want to fill up the other side of the bargain as well. Very important. Don't settle for mediocrity. Try not to overwork yourself, but don't be lazy. Don't be spending your money on dumb shit you don't need. And don't fear vulnerability. Okay. So that's Venus and Capricorn for you. And when we start this transit, or I should say when we started it, because yesterday it really did the ingress, Venus is separating from this square to Neptune. So I just want to say that love is going to have some very interesting changes over the course of this month. Okay. Through the majority of November and then the first week or so of December. The most important thing is that as we start, Venus kind of comes out of this cloud, it comes out of this fog with that Neptune square of rose colored glasses and illusions and fantasies. And it's like, let's get back to business. Let's get down to earth. What is it that I need? And quite honestly, a lot of people realize we don't even need somebody. We might want somebody, but the only person who's going to drive you towards personal growth is you. You know, Teamwork makes the dream work, but we can't wait for others to build it for us. We can get a lot more done in a unified effort, but if you're waiting for the team to show up, you might just wait forever, ever, ever, ever. So let's not do that. So I like this Venus separating from, and I'll draw it for you guys so you can see it. Venus separating from Neptune. And that's beautiful because things are making more sense when it comes to our relationships, our finances, our business. There's a pretty interesting and kind of esoteric angle very soon on the 14th, which is like just in a couple days. We have Venus making a square to the nodal axis of the moon. And this is one of the most interesting placements in astrology, the North Node and the South Node, because it essentially is showing the direction of our solar system, where we're going and where we came from. And anytime we have a planet square the nodes, it's a high focus, and it actually is something to confront at the time space. So what? Venus is the highlight for now, guys, this week, truly, especially with the full moon in Taurus coming up on Friday. Yeah, Venus is really an important energy to focus on. So, for want of not sounding woo woo and stupid, I'm just going to say this might be kind of woo woo and stupid. Okay. So, Venus square the North Node is karmic shifts in relationships. What the fuck is karma? I don't know if I got time to, like, take you through Eastern philosophy right now. Basically, big changes. You may find some interesting people in your life. You might be cutting people out of your life as well and tying off loose ends. This could also be financial breakthroughs or breakdowns, in the context of the Taurus side of Venus, not just the Libra side of Venus, because Venus does have two homes. And I feel like that kind of illustrates it pretty well. Venus is Taurus, your love and your money and your needs, and then Libra, your love and your relationships, the feminine and the masculine side of Venus, okay, respectively. So big shifts are going to be coming on. Values will be adjusted. You'll be seeing life through a different lens. And hopefully, because this will affect everybody differently, if you're watching this now, you can expect some upgrades to your self-worth, your self-respect, and through the consolidation of your resources and finances, you'll put yourself on a track of prosperity, another level of it. So get excited. But yeah, this might look like needing to cut out some things, some people, some spending, indulgences, things that you relate to. They're going to have to change a little bit. Okay. So get excited. And there's a couple, really only a couple. So we're going to make this video short and sweet. Let me delete some of these arrows right quick. So yeah, when Venus jumps into Capricorn on the scene, we got a lot of cool stuff. And then basically, not too many interesting angles until the 27th of November. Venus is making a square to Chiron, and Chiron is the wounded healer asteroid. So I will say that through this sovereignty seeking Venus, we will have to confront some of our wounding and some of our pain, and in respect of our relationship with ourself, our self concept, our identity, and how we relate to individuality. The goat stands alone on the top of the mountain, and some say it's lonely at the top. I am not suggesting that's the truth. There may be some truth to that. You guys know sometimes when you rise in your own life, you have to let things go that hold you down. So some of us may feel ourselves maybe suffering from success during this month, feeling isolated perhaps as a result of choosing personal growth and advancement, feeling lonely. There's a lot of ways you could see this play out. And on the more internal Taurus level, Venus square Chiron does look like, am I worth it? Do I have what it takes? Do I deserve what I desire? These issues will be confronted around this time too, among other things. So moving forward, a couple days after that, we actually have some more fun stuff, okay? Because those were the squares, like 3 squares in a row. Oh my goodness. So on the 1st of December, this is actually the next new moon in Sagittarius, but Venus will be making a trine to Uranus in Taurus. So to be honest, I see this as acceleration, because Uranus will increase the frequency of anything it's contacting. So Venus is going to be upgraded around this time, and we'll be seeing interesting changes within our relationships and our, financial lives as well. I think because Pluto is moving into Aquarius, I've been talking about this for a long time, and I'll be making another video about Pluto's really long transit through Aquarius, but there's a lot to be said about the internet and this tool, these resources we have at the touch of a button, what they can do for us. And I see rapid gain and big bags of money and opportunity and freedom will be paving the way for Venus trine Uranus. So let your friends collaborate with you, embark on a new journey through your higher intellect, create what you're inspired to create. And beyond this, high vibrational relationships are something to be on the lookout when it comes to this whole cycle of the new moon in Sagittarius. So this is a fleeting transit because, Venus moves very quickly in any sign. But because this is happening right at the beginning of the lunation, we will carry this energy through the whole entire month. So that's very interesting as well, is that, guys, if I could summarize this video, because I've said a lot, simplicity is so key. Lock in is all I got to say. Avoid the distractions, avoid the bullshit, get clear about your goals, and stay fucking focused. And what you do will support your luck and blessings. And you'll find that through this tunnel vision, you start to optimize and speed up, and then self-optimize. Meta programming, you rewrite your own code, you become more efficient. All right. And then this is the crazy thing. It's the Pareto principle, the 80-20. The more efficient you get, the more efficient you get. And then guess what? The more efficient you get. And then guess what? Then you get more efficient. And then as you're building more efficiency, your efficiency gets built with more efficiency. Do you see what I'm saying? Y'all, we can sit on the upward spiral for the rest of our lives for real. Okay. So moving forward, a couple days after that, Venus will move a little bit along, and we get a little sextile from Venus to Neptune. And that feels like an ocean of emotion. Really beautiful week after that new moon, feeling really good about life and, deeply connected with the universe. This could really shed a light on our spiritual journey, help us feel more at one with the cosmos. And there's a fantasy lens when Neptune is concerned, just like when we started the transit, but the sextile is a little bit more smooth than the square. So this may make a more of a healthy, happy blendingness of our ideals and fantasies in addition to our real life and relationships too. So I think that's pretty beautiful. It's about sharing a vision with your friends and loved ones. and feeling connected with them. And this also exacerbates and amplifies the empathy too. So it's going to be a lot easier to love and appreciate life and ourselves and everything else around this time too. So that's pretty beautiful. And you know what's crazy? We saved the very best for last, guys. Not even kidding, because this is such an interesting transit. I don't say that just to make this content seem more appealing. No, really, at the end of this transit, Venus hits the Pluto on the exact degree, conjunction with Pluto. And this actually begins a new Venus Pluto cycle. And if you're unfamiliar, do understand any two planetary pairs are going to have a corresponding cycle. Like the second in the minute hand of a clock or the minute hand and the hour hand of a clock, there will be a time where they will conjoin and that begins the new cycle. Just like the new moon cycle in the full moon and the waxing and waning squares, you'll see this. So essentially, Venus Pluto cycle is about rebirth and love, rebirth and values, Libra and Taurus, respectively. So I will just say that it's like an interesting month because it's Capricorn. It gives us a little bit more of a serious undertone, helping us. So let me put it this way, guys. If Venus in general is what we relate to and respond to, what we're willing to indulge in, and how we connect, what we like, this would consequently show us what we're interested in for the month and what we're going to be unwilling to participate with. Okay. So Venus in Capricorn is saying leave all the bullshit alone. And essentially, Venus moving up to Pluto at the end of this transit is going to just hold the reset button on love. It's just going to hold the reset button on our values too. So I will say that this is kind of like a snake shedding its skin, and we are going to have to let go of some stuff. And we're getting this brand new energy for the rest of the year too. So I take it that any troubling relationships from your past, anything that's held you back, any, you know, fears around love, they'll come up to the surface to be confronted with. And we can, make peace with them, find strength within them. And there will be a more powerful attitude towards love and security moving forward. And that's really the best thing to look into and to look forward to, guys, is that this is going to be a very transformative time with Venus and Capricorn. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really don't have too much else to say besides love yourself and get busy. Have a good time. Let me know what you guys want to see in the next videos. I'm going to be posting Mars Day with Mark pretty soon, and then we'll be doing an extended breakdown for Pluto and Aquarius because that's really the higher time frame. So blessed be, blessed we.